Alright, so I see this computer nerd with daddy issues has made his way back onto Comic Talk. And you know what? Fine. JLA is a great run. Everybody should read it, so let's dive in. Yeah. So if you want to read along at home, you're going to need to grab a few issues. JLA number 16, number 17, 36, 37, and 38. We come into this issue with the Justice League kind of in their new lineup. I mean, Superman's in his unfortunate blue era. And there was a contest for a hero to come up and meet the Justice League. And this guy right here, Retro, wins the contest. And he's talking about how it was always his dream to look the Justice League in the eye. Right away, though, Batman just smells something fishy. He kind of airs his concerns, and everybody's like, look, it is what it is, Bruce. Chill out. You're always so paranoid. So the literal blue Boy Scout starts giving the tour, right? I mean, he's giving the smiles, the reporters are snapping their photography, and he's showing the guy around. Except the guy's not really there to be shown around anymore, and all of a sudden, Steel's suit starts malfunctioning. You see, Batman was right, and there is something wrong with the contest, and this guy Retro, who is actually not Retro, he's Prometheus. And he's here to take down the Justice League. Yeah, Bruce, we covered that. You were right. Can we move on? So my guy puts on his helmet and he starts downloading the info into his brain. Because the thing is, Prometheus has this ability through technology to be able to not only download information into his brain, but actually affect how his muscles and his fibers and his reflexes and all that work with the information. Of course, Jean comes up, he catches him, he's like, bro, what are you doing? You know, this is not going to go well for you. But Prometheus says, you know, it's interesting. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been filling the room with oxygen, and that's highly flammable. As soon as he hits him with the first flammable dart, he shoots him with a second one that basically messes up his molecular structure, and, well, he can't hold it together anymore. Don't worry, Jean, it's a common problem with Martians over 40. It's at this point that the Justice League starts to realize, hey, there's something going on and our oxygen levels are dropping fast. Zario goes to investigate and Prometheus basically sends him to the Ghost Zone, where he has his crooked house. Huntress tries to come up on him, but he pretty much takes her out and lets her know, look, I've been talking in a certain voice and the lights emanated from my helmet will actually hypnotize you. It's at this point, a soft, steady voice from behind says, you're a coward. Turn around. Put your hands up. But actually, Prometheus is ready. He's been waiting for Bruce. And Bruce is like, I don't care. I don't care what you've been waiting on. I'm Batman. Let's do this. It's at this point he lets Bruce know, hey, bro, I've downloaded like the best fighters, the best dudes. They're all in my head. We have the best. Nobody has fighters like we do. I got 30 of them. They're all up here in this mind of mine. And it's at this point he changes his lights to cause a strobe effect, basically disorienting Batman. But Batman's still game, and it's at this point that Prometheus also says, hey, by the way, one of those people that I downloaded into my brain, yeah, it's you. And just as it's about to get good, we leave the fight. We have some running around of the Justice League. They're trying to fix the problem and figure it out. Green Lantern realizes something's been done to his brain. He can't concentrate. He can't get the will up. And then a voice tells Flash, bro, you move above normal speed just, at all, even a little bit, and there's bombs going off everywhere. And that's when Prometheus drops Batman's body and says, yeah, I'm the greatest. Switch on over to issue 17. Bruce is down. Prometheus is giving a little recap that he sent Steel on a walk so that when he throws his hammer, bad things happen. And he's kind of telling the Flash and the Green Lantern what he's done to him. He explains that basically he's just been studying all the heroes as much as he can. He has all the information on him. He's been prepared for this for so long. I mean, he has dossiers of every superhero that he could get on the planet, and he's just studied them. He's just that guy. And after the official reveal, he shoots Green Lantern and Flash. Kyle, I said that already. He confronts Superman and gets all giddy that Superman's saying his name, because, really, at the end of the day, he's just a fanboy. He just wants some attention. But he basically tells Supes, hey, you want to save these people, you want me to not enact my plan, you gotta off yourself. About this time, Batman comes to, he tells everybody, hey, you're gonna be fine, it's just flesh wounds, you're not gonna die. At this point, Steel chunks his hammer. Now, it's supposed to go flying through and destroying all the shuttles, right? Because the farther this thing travels, the more energy it builds up and the more destruction it causes. But luckily, Plastic Man was there. He stops the hammer, and Steel then basically tells everybody, look, we're up against an Iceman. He's got all the plans, he's got all the information, and he's coming to hurt people. And old boy Prometheus he's just eating it up. He's enjoying this. And he gives his villain backstory about Justice killing his parents and, all that stuff. But at this point, Catwoman, who had been disguised as Cat Grant, takes off the disguise and basically calls him a mama's boy. She cracks the whip, taking him down, and he tries to shoot her with a dart, saying she's a traitor to the villains. But Huntress is there, she shoots the dart. They basically confront him, let him know his plan didn't go as planned, and he poofs back to the ghost zone, leaving his helmet. That might be important later. Once back in his crooked house, he realizes not only did he forget about Huntress, he also forgot about the Angel. Zariel goes to confront him and he zaps him back. Catwoman gloats about saving their butts, tries to steal some pearls, opals, something like that. Batman says nah, put him back, and Superman's like, yo, let's give her a pass. She did kind of save everybody. About then a boom tube opens up and yeah, all hell's about to break loose. So that story ends. Jumping on over to issue 36, we started out with a problem. We got New God stories, we got Metron in the Mobius chair. The Mageddon is coming, and a big world war has started. Basically, this thing comes, makes everybody want to fight. And thank God Superman is out of his blue phase. Basically, the Justice League's got to call everybody in. Even Aztec, who plays a big role in this story, just nothing to do with Prometheus. Speaking of, back in the Ghost Zone with the Crooked House. But this time, Prometheus has a guest. Oh, Baldy himself. Lexi Pooh's giving him hell about, writing bad poetry as a kid or something. And he's like, yeah, Lex, me and you are like the same dude. But it turns out they're trying to start up their little injustice gang, and working with proper villains can sometimes help. And old B-Lady Zazazalaza, whatever the crap, I can't even remember her name. But she actually makes an interesting discovery or a revelation that the Ghost Zone is actually the Phantom Zone. And also General Eiling is there. Think Hulk. So back in the Watchtower, Zariel kind of has this revelation. He's like, yo, get me Batman. Again, it's good for the story. It has nothing to do with Prometheus. But, Bats takes his information seriously, starts trying to look into it. And at this point, the Injustice Gang attack. Prometheus decides, I'm taking out the eyes first. So while the rest of the crew head to the Watchtower, old boy dips off somewhere else. Steel's there prepping for what's to come, when all of a sudden he realizes they've lost Oracle. And all hell breaks loose. Issue change for continuation. At the beginning of the story, Huntress is jettisoned out into space, and basically her life is just flashing before her eyes because, well, she's dying. But not on old smooth-lipped Kent's watch. He flies out there, gives the kiss of life, and brings her back in. Lex plays the Shadow Man, all contemplative and shit. And Batman is stuck in Gotham, only able to watch. At this point, we jump back over to Oracle. Prometheus is there, and he's talking his shit like, what do you miss most about not being able to walk? Because he's a douchebag. Oracle's not having it. She's like, look, let's just move on. Mageddon's coming. That's why you're doing this. It makes you want to fight. And Prometheus is like, nah, let's stick on this point. I could give you your legs, right? Look, just give up on the Justice League. Come with me. You get to walk again. And she's like, brah, no. Let's be done with this, right? So he throws her out a window. Flashback, Justice League fighting on the Watchtower. There's actually some cool stories between these two fighting. I could get into it if people want. He's a beast. Basically, Oracle's fine, and she kind of jacks up his helmet. He has to go to the Watchtower. Kyle's all possessed. Bro's raging. And once he gets his old helmet back, this is where he gets his first get back on the Huntress. Knocks her out cold. Of course, he wasn't the only one that made it up there, and now it's time to go. Bruce tells him, I see 15 ways to kill you, but I ain't gonna kill you. I'm gonna bring you in. Time for some justice. Of course, she tells him I beat you senseless last time, and I'm really gonna do some dirty stuff to you now. Issue change for final fight. Mageddon's about here. And the cool thing is we actually get a fight. Prometheus starts with a good hit with his little taser bat, and from then on it's Bruce. Bruce is just kind of taking him down. So Prometheus plays possum and detonates some bomb. Apparently said through a swollen jaw. Once Batman's down, he starts gloating, saying, oh, now I'm gonna take my time with you. Batman starts to get up and informs him, dude, I've had some time with that helmet, and you know how you can program stuff into you? Same, bro. But instead of Bruce Lee, now it's Professor Stephen Hawking. Of course, he probably said, like, Stephen Hawking. Huntress says she would have killed him, and he's like, nah, he's gotta go in. And while he was distracted talking to her, they hear a sound. An old boy uses key to go back to the Phantom Zone and their crooked house. But yep, that's it. That's the story. JLA's a great series. Everybody should go check it out. But now you know what to say when this comes up.